go live. Live and hey y'all. Bust out with a freestyle.
Okay.
I've been like hearing these little beats in my head and I just been like, and then like just snapping and like just creating just little tunes or jingles or whatever, what have you. Hey y'all,
All
welcome, welcome,
right.
welcome, welcome. Welcome back in the ladies' lounge. Hey, y'all. We are back. We are back. We are back. I hope you
Hello.
missed me because um it has been entirely too long, but much needed for the last 2 weeks. You know, it was back to school, gotta get everything prepared and make sure everything's good. So I hope everybody is having a great start to this new back to school year. Wishing everybody, teachers, students, a successful school year. So far, y'all are just going to see me. I'm always excited here to be here in the ladies lounge, but it's just now heightened because I am a mom of a senior. So I am just overly excited for him and his journey. But other than outside of that, I hope everybody is having an amazing day so far. Y'all, we are in the last Wednesday of the month. Can you believe that? Like we're almost in fall. I'm excited for fall because let me tell y'all, this heat is kicking my butt. I'm not a fan of it. Um, but however, let's get into it here. We won't be before y'all long tonight, but we definitely wanted to wrap up this series and share some exciting news that we are sharing today. That I am extremely so excited for you all to hear this great news and big secret. Um, but definitely want to welcome you all back to the Ladies Lounge podcast. We've been on a powerful journey, you all, together here in our Rooted and Rising season and series. We are digging deep into what it means to stand firm, to keep pushing, grow, even when life gets real. And today we have reached part 4 of this series. I was trying to drag it out as long as I could, y'all, because I've been having such a good time. But this is the part where we're going to talk about that renewal. So we going to put it all together and give you that encouragement to know that when you are going through that storm, that renewal part, when you have weathered the storm, when you have danced in the rain, because we done talked about it all in the last episode. So please go watch 1 through 3, so that way it can all make sense and it's all connected when you put part 4 here together. So this is where the transformation begins, where we
Yes.
restore our strength, shift our mindsets, and embrace the fresh start that comes after the storm. So I'm
Yes.
excited to wrap things up and welcome back none other than the beautiful Rosa Campbell. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I am. Today I'm feeling good.
Yes.
I'm feeling renewed, to be honest with you. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm excited to have Rosa back. She's going to be sharing her wisdom and insight on how to find renewal, not just in our circumstances, but in our spirit, our mindset, and our everyday lives. And before we go any further, everybody who is new here, welcome. If you are a frequent flyer, it's great to have you back. Just settle in. As we always say, take that deep breath. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. That just release, reset. That way you can just tune into what you're listening to. And we just took a deep breath and cleared out the day. So settle in, take that deep breath and get ready for this conversation that will inspire you. To rise
Yes.
with a new energy, a new vision, and new strength. So we like to talk about some house rules here. We just ask that you are respectful, ask questions, engage actively, and most importantly, have fun. Life is already serious enough. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh to keep from crying. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, we'll be walking around backwards.
Exactly.
We would be walking around backwards. I mean, I'm telling you. So let's dive into it. because I'm ready to ask these questions because I'm ready to hear these responses. And before we go any further, Rosie, your camera done, your phone somehow done flipped on us. This technology, y'all. We've been
What
trying to get it together all day. Yes, perfect. All right, we good. We are good. We are good. So let me ask you, with renewal, what does renewal mean to you personally, with everything that you have shared in episodes 1, 2, and 3?
renewal for me has been me reflecting on life, period. Looking at everything, observation. I've done self check, I've done my homework about me. And once I dug really deep into my mind, making sure my mind and my heart in alignment, that's where my true renewal began. Like I just feel so good about life. I have so much peace. I'm responding to everything so differently, and I look at things differently, and it's because of life trials, tribulations, shortcomings. So I just feel so redefined in the renewal. So, and it's given me strength to know that life can happen and be beautiful thing after all of the struggles and after all of the hardship and pain. So I'm living
Right,
a renewal. I just really feel good about what's going on, how things are going on with me.
right, right. I love that. So for me, when you hear the word renewal, we think of like when we have that subscription to our Netflix and Disney Plus, it just keeps that repeated cycle. But what I've learned, because we go through so many different seasons, I've learned how to embrace the renewal. And that's, like you said, coming out of that valley, understanding that you are still rising to the mountaintop, but just taking that moment to just let go, because you
Yeah,
can't keep rising if you're not letting go of what, and dropping that baggage into the valley, because that's where it needs to stay. Because
yeah,
you gotta be lightweight in order to keep climbing up higher and higher. So for renewal for me is taking that deep breath that we just did before we got into this topic. And when you release, you're releasing all of the baggage, that the PTSD, the season that we was just in, and you're taking those lessons, because the lessons that you learned, guess what, is a lot lighter,
yes,
because it's not tainted. the,
correct.
the, the stuff that's tainted, that gets a little heavy, is first of all, is outdated. You know how we like to keep up, for our designer and fashion people, keep up in what's current and what's in season, but you show holding on to the the trauma and stuff that's outdated. That doesn't make any sense. So, one thing that we talk here is we talk some sense, make it make sense, right?
Yeah,
So
yes,
absolutely, that's what renewal looks like. It's thinking of it too as, spring cleaning, or that Sunday morning cleaning, when we putting the music on and you cleaning your home. That's also renewal. Like they say, you have to clean out that space for what God has in store for you, right? The things that you have manifested. Where is it going to go if you around here like you on that show Hoarders?
right. Absolutely. I agree.
That hey, I'm just trying to make sense of it all and help somebody out there as well. But like I said, tonight's topic, because we got so deep, and we don't want to go too far with people to, to where we lose them. So we're going to keep tonight's topic a little lighter, because that's what renewal is all about. It's light. It feels good. It's excitement, because we want to take these lessons that we've learned and we want to apply them. Because you know how it is, your first day of school. We talked about back to school, right? So you so excited to get into learning these new things, and then now it's time to apply it.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about that. But now my question is, now, how do you protect your peace and purpose when life is chaotic? So we excited, we want to implement what we just learned, But we also talked about that everything is not going to be, rainbows and leprechauns, and it's going to be those cloudy days. So when we're in this renewal space, how do we keep that? How do we protect our peace and stay focused on our purpose?
Using the word, what you say, live our purpose, living a meaningful life. We have to know that we have to set boundaries. When we know those issues or those things arise, they may arise or will arise or have arise, whatever you, wherever you at, take a break. It's okay to take a break and protect your peace. And taking a break and protecting your peace, what you have to do, you have to find those things that are safe, that you feel safe. That's coming home, listening to music, just mellowing out, just like the balloon. Like, think of a balloon. You blow the air in the balloon, and you come home, and it what? You release. So you have
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
continue to have peace, because guess what? So much is deposited into us, especially when you wear many hats. Like I hear you
Right.
say, you're a mom. I'm a mom. We have friends. We have significant others. May have a husband. We are somebody's sister or somebody's cousin. They need us, and we're hearing.
Absolutely.
And it's like some of that stuff we have to know is not our assignment. We have to release it and walk in our peace and knowing that God is taking care of it. That's how I look at things. Okay,
Right.
God, you is not my assignment. I know you got it because I have no power.
Mhm.
So I rely on my quiet time
Right.
to meditate so I can regain focus and
Right.
remain.
Right. Right. You know, whew, that that was so profound, because the reason why I had everybody do the box breathing is what it's called. When you breathe in and you release, that's when you are able to now apply the lessons that was learned. You're able to remember what your purpose is, what your goals are. You can't it's not impossible. I mean, it's impossible. Our brain is not set up to be in this chaotic state. And then it's like, but I have to remember what my goals are. But life, it's spinning. It's a whirlwind. So when you take that breath, then you can remind yourself, and it's also positive self-talk, right? Because
Yeah,
that's where that peace comes in. So it's like, nope. Listen, God, you said to cast all my worries onto you. That's the first thing I do after I exhale. I say that, and I say it multiple times. And then from there, then I go into my affirmations, my mantras, or, that purpose of what my goal is, and to remind myself and to center myself back into what it is, that I need to do. So even in the midst of that chaotic, because life is chaotic like that, it's just no way around it. Everybody right now is chaos. It could be organized chaos, unorganized is chaos. Okay. So it's just being unique when you embrace that chaos and understand that it's how, like how I look at it, right? When we go to work, those who have the desk jobs, and you have your little cubicle, or if you work from home, you have your desk. You set your desk up according to what works for you, right? Or teachers in new classrooms, you decorate your classrooms to what works for you. It's the same thing with the chaos that's in your life. You have to organize your chaos. You can't
yeah,
have it scattered. Let me tell you. So over the weekend, right? This past weekend, I have been in this space where I was like, I need everything to have a place. I don't know what that is about, but I'm like, all of everything. I don't want nothing on the desk. I don't want nothing on counters. Everything needs to have a place. Matter of fact, if it don't even fit nowhere, we donated it. Because if I haven't touched it in over, I gave myself 2 weeks. You know how people say a couple of months? No, if you ain't picked it up in 2 weeks, give it to somebody else who needs it, who can utilize it, and is just sitting here collecting dust. And so when I kept saying that to myself, I'm like, why am I in this space that I don't want the clutter? What does that really mean, right? Because it doesn't mean that you just want your counter space looking good. I cannot function in chaos. So everything has to have its place. Anxiety, you gonna go sit over there, right? Sadness, I need you to come over here. And anger, I need you to sit right there. Everybody just has to have a place in order for this. You are taking control in that renewal, and it's refreshing, right?
Yeah.
It, like I said, it feels good because you realize you are in control. This
Yes.
whole time you are in control, and I love this space. It's something that I embrace. It's something I take my time in, because you have to create that cycle. It takes 21 days to create a cycle. So the positive self-talk, the affirmations, I do the daily devotion. I have it at my desk on purpose. So when I clock in and I don't have a call coming through, I'm reading my daily devotion and getting that time in. And that's how you protect your peace. And that's also how you stay on your purpose. Have fun with it.
Yes.
Creative. It don't have to be serious all the time.
Absolutely.
Like I'm looking at these teachers who are teaching our young scholars, in creative ways, like doing music. You could be doing the same thing with your life. You could be
Yes.
in there dancing like anxiety is depleted, depression is evicted, and just busting your moves however that looks for you. Like you said, put that music on and dance. Be be it's the gratitude that you are in with the renewal because you are so grateful that you made it through. And it
Right.
gives you that different type of confidence. Like if I went through that, oh, the
Yes.
next thing is this is going to be easy peasy.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so with that, what are some things you've learned to stop apologizing for as an adult?
My no is my no. How my feelings are my feelings. And respect my feelings because I am respecting you and I do things in decency and order. It's not what I say, it's how I say it. And I know if I'm coming in a loving, kind way, I stop apologizing for my feelings. I'm not going to no longer exclude how I feel about a situation because all of us have feelings and we have to take a moment and step back and really reflect, say, okay, this is how she feels, this is how he feels, you know, and we got to respect each other in the situations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing, all of us, are learning and still having to implement. I'm not saying that it is easy because that no, sometimes it's like, even for me, I cringe because I don't want to hurt your feelings,
Correct.
but I love me first.
Yes.
So sometimes it is a hard no instead of a slow yes,
Right.
you know? And it just, I don't owe you anything after that.
Correct.
No. Can you? No, I can't.
Right. I just cannot. I'm not in a place in my life. I'm not in a position in my life. It's some things, I have going on that I just can't do it. And I don't want to say I'm going to take it on and not be able to complete a task because that's not being fair to you or fair to myself because I'm you or you pressure me and then I go all these like you say all these different emotions then anxiety then all these things are coming up like you said earlier. No, you got to sit here and be still anxiety. No, you got to sit here and be still depression. My mind, my imagination, all these things are not going to run wild with me. And
Right.
I take authority over my life because we can take authority over those things that are causing us all of the mishaps, the grief, the sorrow, the pain, the dis
Yes.
the discouragement. So, when we get out this mind and this heart together, we will be living in that peace and we will live life meaningful. And that's where I'm just at.
That is so true. That is so true. And one thing that you said about, not apologizing for how you feel. Oftentimes, because we wear these different capes and hats, we get stuck in that mentality of catering to everybody else's needs. Whether, like you said, whether you are a wife, husband, mother, daughter, son, coworker, supervisor, you have to just take it off and tap in with yourself. How does Brittany feel? How does
Yeah.
she really feel about this? If you don't want to do it, that's okay. If you do want to do it, then that's okay. But either way, stop asking why. When we say no, stop asking why. No is the complete sentence.
Yes.
Even though, let me tell y'all, I'm contradicting myself because I am a why person with certain things. But if a person just says no, that's okay. And we don't have to have an attitude because, their no is them that's just their boundaries. No, I don't have $20 to send you on Cash App today.
Right. I don't. Right.
No, because I may need that $20 down the road for myself or my son, just whatever the case may be. So I love that you said that. Just taking that moment to check in with yourself and just stop apologizing for how you feel. That is
Correct.
that is your feelings. And one thing that I've learned, I wouldn't say that I just stopped apologizing for, but just understanding that you're also not invited everywhere. So when you
Right.
don't get that invitation, don't take it as, I think that sometimes we look at things like it's the expectation because I am this person's title in their life.
Right.
I'm supposed to be invited. That's not the case all the time. And it doesn't mean that that person loves you any less. It just means that in that moment, that is just not for you to be a part of. That's
Right.
it.
Yes.
That's it. That's all. So that was something else that I've learned I don't even know to just apologize for. I don't be with all that apologizing, depending on what the situation is. But anywho, but just understanding like when it comes to just because it helped me a lot too. I was that person who took it very personal when I would ask for something, and the moment I get a no, then it's like, oh, I don't need you. Don't worry about it. I'll never ask you again. You know how we get like that because of the no. I could be truthful and stand in my truth because I know who I am. So that's a part of going through that valley and everything, of knowing that I did not take no very well. And a lot of that came from having a daddy that said yes all the time. And I had to realize that that wasn't helping me because now when I am being taught life lessons and I do have to hear no, I didn't handle it very well. What do you mean no? Okay, you
Right.
gonna tell me no, I'm gonna just go call my daddy.
I,
What does
I,
that mean? I'm gonna just get it because my daddy said yes and my daddy said no. And so now, guess what? Brittany had to learn how to live with no's because her daddy no longer walks this earth physically.
right. I feel you.
You know
I,
what I'm saying? So, and that was hard for me. And so it was like I had to do this crash course of like accepting no. But that goes back to understanding that when we say we do our healing and the personal journeys, what really comes along with that? Like you have to sit with yourself and say to ask yourself, why am I like this? What
it,
is the root cause?
yes.
The best thing I heard, because I've been really, really, really into the high blood pressure, diabetes, and taking medicine and things like that. And the best thing I heard is we take these pills and it's like a band-aid, but you're never really getting to the root cause of why is your pressure spiking? Why is your sugar levels up? Why is why the good cholesterol is down, the bad cholesterol is up? What is the root cause? With 9 times out of 10 always goes back to our exercising and our eating.
Yes.
It's no different than with our traumas, or it's no different with life and your personal healings. When you sit with yourself, when you in that valley, you will find the why behind, well, why are people always walking out of my life? Why can't I keep a man? Why can't I keep a woman? Those type of answers will start coming up. And when you in that valley and you actually are doing the work. And then from there in this renewal space, it's not being, in my opinion, it's not being negative to have these boundaries, because that's what it is. When you say you stop apologizing, you just have boundaries.
Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
I
That's
said,
it.
and I meant what I said, and I'm not being rude. And that's what people have to, so often they get in their feelings, and don't, we got to stop getting in our feelings, because we have to realize people have lives and things happen, and unexpected things happen in people's lives. So I have to really evaluate my thought process. So we, as individuals, we really need to evaluate our thought process and understand that things do happen. Last
Right.
minute,
Right.
like
Right.
100% predictable. No, you cannot. You could, your intuitions will tell you some things, but come on, let's really be real with ourselves and give people the grace that we want extended to us.
Yes. 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 And now we talked about protecting your peace and purpose when life is chaotic. We talked about we the things that we stopped apologizing for. Now, what are the rhythms? And this is prayer, journaling, solitude, etc. That's the rhythms to help you stay aligned with your why.
I check in with myself. I check in. I, like you said, the journal. I journal every thought. I do the self talk. I motivate myself. I find different, like I like Dr. Anita Phillips. I will stay in her talks and words of affirmation, just to keep myself going, just to keep myself motivated. If I never give a person a letter, if someone has offended me, my son, my next things out, and I that's my way of, when you're writing, release it. Even if if you can't, and you're not someone who's just gonna sit down and write, just sit there and meditate and do that self talk to release like a detox.
Yes.
Just of it is what's
Yes.
what's planted in our heart. So I gotta detox. I gotta get this stuff out of my heart. I gotta, so my heart and my mind. You keep hearing me say heart and mind line up, because those two things are very.
Absolutely.
And once we get beyond that, we are. I feel good. I
Mhm.
feel, when my mind and my heart line up, I feel good. So, and I can release stuff on paper. We have to find different avenues how we can release. Because once
Right.
I down, and once I've given myself if I'm giving myself a correction, I'm gonna correct the situation within myself. That's what I do. Because it's not about the person. Because we realize some people just, I don't like to say won't change, but in the situation, their mindset is narrow. They have tunnel
Right.
vision.
Right.
And them having tunnel vision, I have to expand my mind and say, okay, I know how to release this. I know how to let go. I know how to let God. While they're there, I can still love them. I can still pray for them. And
Right.
prayer is my rhythm. Prayer, music, journaling. Prayer, music, journaling. Being by myself, sitting with myself. Because I don't need that, validation from others. Compliments, all those are wonderful things. But when you talk about validation, true validation, I need to look within myself. I have
Absolutely.
the within me to live a happy life. I have the power within me to break those cycles.
Right. Right. Absolutely. I definitely tap into each one of those, like you said, because what I've learned, sometimes when you do need to align yourself, it does require each one. Some people do the journaling often, but then you also find yourself, you could stop in the middle of your journaling and go into prayer. Sometimes you don't want to hear the noise and you don't want to hear the TV. You don't want to have that background noise on. So you could turn the TV off, don't realize it, and you're just sitting there in silence. The meditation part of it, listen, we are in the digital age now. If you don't know how to pray, if you don't know how to journal, if you don't know how to meditate, you can go on YouTube and TikTok University and you can type in how to and put what you want to learn, and it will walk you step by step. because that is how I learned how to meditate, was right through YouTube. They have 10, 11, 10 to 15 minute meditations, or however long you want. They have it's accessible to us. So it's no
Yeah.
excuse to not utilize. I say this all the time. We have the resources within not just our own community, but within the technology. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to use it. It is there for a reason. And, even with the meditation, sometimes stretching, just a nice, good stretch, getting up from your desk, if you work from home, especially if you work from home, go take that walk outside. Go, and I'm
Yeah.
saying this, and some people, I'm saying this, and I'm trying to get better with taking the walk outside because I work too early in the morning. Sometimes I don't want to go outside, but just the sunlight, um, all of these things, find the different environments to even go journal, or to just have that moment of just to pray and things like that. Like, you, again, when you get creative and you are unique with it and you use it for you, add your swag to it. That's what I always say, right? Add your little swag to it, because it's going to look different for everybody. But when you
Very.
when you get into it, it is a rhythm. It's a rhythm. It's the consistency, and it's something that does help you. Like, yeah, I could share, because we keep it real here in the ladies lounge. This morning was rough. I don't know where it came from, y'all, but my anxiety was like through the roof. And you know what? I sat up and I said, oh, I'm gonna take a moment. We go first, let's work on my breathing, because it was like soon as I woke up, it was like all my thoughts of what I have to do, because I have so much coming up these next couple of months. And it was like, oh, she awake, let's here's all the thoughts and everything. And I was like, no, hold up now, we gonna slow this down, because I am in control. And I said that out loud. I am in control. This is not how I want my day to look,
Exactly.
because it is going to look this way. And when I took back my control, then now you can carry on with your day. You're not sitting in the anxiety. You're not sitting in the depression, or whatever it is that you're going through. You don't sit there, because again, the rhythm keeps the motion going,
Yes.
and it doesn't have you just sitting there. Like we said, turn on that music, and when you just listen to the rhythm of the beat, you get to move your shoulders, even if you can't dance, right? Even if you got two left feet, but them shoulders going, right?
Yes. Yes. Because you feel it, and
You
it's
feel
motion.
it.
Putting yourself in motion to do
You
what?
feel it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have to find your rhythm, because it is so important. And like I said, how they do in the church, y'all. We won't be here before you long, but I do have my last question for you. What's one word or a mantra you live by to stay rooted and rising?
Mm. I have a couple. That's a, that's what I would say.
Me
I
too. Give us a couple. You ain't got to give us just one word.
I I lead with love.
Mm,
My
okay.
love others. I lead with it, and I lead with grace because I need grace extended to me.
Oh,
Lead with faith because my faith has moved my situations in God's time and not in my timing. So
right.
I just activate the word activate. I'm thinking of that those things. I activate the love. Activate is the word if you want to say activate. I activate my love. I activate my kindness.
Yes.
Living it meaningful. I'm striving. I'm gonna do this. I'm thriving. I won't be in survival. I'm out of survival mode. No, I'm better than that. And we grow to that. We grow to know that I can thrive and I can strive and keep living beyond what I have been faced with.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, I'm with you. Like, I have so many, as I shared with you all before. I also have like little sticky notes at my desk. I have different affirmations in each room that I walk in. I always remind myself, faith over fear, right? Jeremiah 11 through 14, 29, 11 through 14 is my favorite. That is one of those. I expressed to y'all in the bathroom next to my mirror. It says, remember who daughter you are and adjust your crown.
Right now.
Because sometimes you need that. Sometimes we gotta go down in our foundations
Yes.
just to remind ourselves. And it gives you that you just sit up tall. You're just it's so different. It is
Absolutely.
so different just when you stop and remind yourself. And it's you could use lyrics from a song.
Yes.
Like my favorite one, Beyonce, Break My Soul. You won't break my soul? Listen, I would crank that up when at any time and I'm up dancing.
Yes.
Okay. Frankie Beverly and Mays, Joy and Pain. That song hit different now. It's it's how you want to how does it fit you? How does it fit what you're going through specifically? It we look at social media and we try to copy and paste often.
Oh,
I can't do what you do on social media because number one, you really only showing me what you want me to know. So it ain't really the real. It could be some real, but it's that like little knockoff that you got to look in a little closer and squint your eyes a little bit to see like wait a minute, is that the real or not, but you just can't mimic what you see on social media.
exactly.
Like let's just get that through our head. Stop doing that. Let's have these one-on-one conversations and let's just really understand that it starts from we're human first. We're
Yeah.
all going through this human experience.
We're in a season. We're in a
We
season, like I heard you say, it's chaos all around us right now. I don't care how you look at it, it is chaos. And how we deal with the chaos in the midst of being rooted, grounded, and renewal, we have to be able to respond differently. And knowing, like you said, knowing who we are. And when you
right.
know, you don't settle for less. We
You
have to
don't.
crank it up, crank it up. Hey, I ain't settling for that.
Hello. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is so, oh my gosh, that is just, it ain't nothing else to say after that. It ain't nothing else to say after that because I'm not settling anymore. I'm
Correct.
not. Because I love how it feels to be in this space of peace. So
Yes.
that means if I have to block your number, then that's okay.
Yep.
And again, please understand that this is something I had to go back to my therapist and say, I don't really want to do this
Mhm.
because morally I'm just like, that's not okay to just be blocking people numbers and stuff like that. But when it was put back on me to say, but how are you saying you are protective of your peace and this is disrupting your peace?
That
So
part.
which one is it? The
Yes.
famous line, pick a side and stay there. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Yes.
So as I said to y'all, we wasn't going to be here before you long because this renewal part is something that is unique. It's fitting to, when you go get fitted and they got to measure you and things like that. That's what this renewal is.
Yes.
You got to go through the measurements in order to fit in that tux or that gown, and then you just got to pop out and show them like, bam, I'm here. I survived this. I weathered this storm. I'm here to move on with my life and I'm looking good while doing it.
That's it.
I'm
That's
still being a lady. I am still being a gentleman.
that's it. That's all.
That's it.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
it. That's all. I am so I'm so excited that we were able to see this series through. When it was brought to us, it was just like, oh yes, ma'am, this is something that I really wanted to bring to the podcast. And it just started from a check-in conversation to then, the conversation just got to flowing. And I said, you know what, this is something that everybody needs to hear.
Yes.
and not just keep it. Some conversations, like we said now, because you go back and watch episodes 1 through 3, right? But we did say in one of those episodes that certain things don't need to be said, but the
Yeah.
ones that do, we have to call to action.
Yes.
And so, with that, I want to encourage everyone that renewal is not about perfection, but about staying on course. We have to stick to the script. Whatever the lesson plan is that you were given, whatever that syllabus is that you was given, that is what you have to stick to. That is your script. So
Yeah.
just, something to leave with you all. And as always, thank you so much, Rosa, for joining us for part 4 of Rooted and Rising. How to keep going when life gets real. Ooh, because it is still getting real. We also said this is a journey, it's not a destination.
Right.
So don't be discouraged when you are in this renewal stage. And guess what? Now the the next season has started, because now the seasons, this ain't like the fall, winter, spring, because this season could come quick. You
Yeah.
may not even have time to sit in that renewal. You may have to already go into the rooted of
Yeah.
the next season. So always, what they say, always stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That is what this ultimately, for me, this Rooted and Rising was all about. And as we wrap up this series, I want to leave you with a reminder, again, about giving yourself permission to begin again. It's okay. Let's get out of this whole stigma of I'm already in my 70s and all of it. Please stop doing that to yourself. Because
Yeah.
again, you speak life and death over yourself.
Yes.
You don't know what God has in store for you. Oh, I'm already at this. I'm about to. Let's stop singing that song, because that tune is done.
Exactly. Yes.
It's done. So I just want everyone to say these. I'm going to leave you with this mantra. Say these with me. I give myself permission to start fresh.
Give myself permission to start fresh.
I am rooted in strength, grounded in purpose, and rising in faith. I choose patience with myself as I renew and rebuild.
Yes.
Let this be. I am rooted, I am rising, and I am being renewed. No matter what life throws at you, you have everything inside of you to keep going. Remember, your story is still unfolding, and every day is a new chance to rise even higher. So thank you all. Thank you for being a part of this journey. But before we even close out any further, I am going to let Rosa share with you, as I mentioned in the beginning, something extraordinary that she has up her sleeve.
Yes, I would love for you all, for those who are able to attend. I have Britt, I have Cassie, I have Chandra, and myself. We are hosting a group discussion. It's going to be very powerful. It's just before, we're a couple months before the 2026 year, the calendar fold over. And I want you all to come out if you can. It's renew, heal, and grow. I am telling you, it's going to be a life changing experience. It's in Gainesville, Florida, and I'm going to make sure Britt have the information with the address. It's $20 fee, cover food, cover the materials, but it's going to be Saturday, October the 25th from 11 to 2 p.m. So we are looking forward to you all coming if you can. Um, it's going to be, when I tell you, a life changing experience, because God has really put something in my spirit, and I know it's for a purpose and it's a time. And with this opportunity with Brittany on the podcast, God has released me to move forward and let me know that it is time. It's time for Him to show us at who he wants to be in our life. So we got to
Yes,
bring. So
yes,
please
yes.
reach out to Britt, myself. Britt will help me advertise. She will be one of the
Mhm.
speakers. I'm just excited. If you could come,
Yes.
thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share.
I am so so excited, and this just goes to show you what comes out of having conversations, because it's also a part of networking. That's essentially what you're doing, and God brings you with the like-minded people that you need to get to the next level. So again, as we were having this conversation, off screen, and then seeing what came out of it, I was like, wow.
Yes.
Wow. Like it's so amazing. So we're taking the series that we just talked to you about, and Rosa now has created this in-person event. Like, how amazing is that? And I keep telling y'all, if y'all don't believe your girl, okay, we have the resources within our own community. People are out here in this world connecting and working together to get to the next level, to help each other, right? Because the whole purpose is we didn't have these conversations growing up. It doesn't matter the generation that you came up in. We were not having the conversations. We were all brought up in that era of, you don't let them see you sweat, right? You don't let them see you cry. And whatever else your grandma, great granny, and all of them people told you. That's the era that we grew up in. But now, how do we break those chains? Because we need each other. There's
Yes.
things that, and where Rosa is in life, that I need her for, because I'm getting ready to go through that journey. And it's stuff that she could learn from me, because I may have experienced something that she hasn't even gone through yet. So just always be teachable and open-minded. I am so excited for this event in October, y'all. Look, your girl is about to do another speaking engagement, and we just keep it real, not only here in the ladies lounge, but also in these streets. I am overly excited. As always, this is an open invitation to anyone who would love to be a guest here on the podcast. I have some amazing topics coming up as we are rolling into fall, into the holiday seasons and everything. So it's all going to be warm and fuzzy. I am so excited. Again, make sure you connect with myself. Make sure you get with Rosa if you are willing and able to attend this event in person as well. So remember, here in the Ladies Lounge, in this space, we don't shrink, we shine. We don't compete, we connect. And we don't just talk, we grow. This is the Ladies Lounge, where everybody has a voice and every story has a power. I am your host, Britt Danielle. I cannot wait to see you all next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Your girl is here every Wednesday, almost every Wednesday. I just lied to y'all. But we are here Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Here in the Ladies Lounge. Thank you all so much who are still rocking with me, who have subscribed. I see my new subscribers. Welcome to the Ladies Lounge podcast. Thank you so much. Make sure you connect with me so we could get you on and we could have these conversations. So we could get this story out before the time run out. If nobody has told you today, I love you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy holiday weekend for everyone who is off on Monday. Make sure you enjoy. Please be safe out there. And if you are cooking out, think of me, right? Just think of me, because your girl is on this diet, y'all, and I'm just eating differently to get to reverse some things. But until next time, I love y'all so so much. And Rosa, thank you again. We will be in contact as well. But I truly thank you for taking time out of your Wednesdays to be here. And